Hi everyone, my name is Hellen Momoh, founder and CEO of Books Before Boys Incorporated, an institution that is committed to the advancement of today's girls and tomorrow's mothers through education as a basic and fundamental human right. Um, so today I'm going to be talking to you on personal and career development. First, I want to say thanks to Project Change, Prince, and his entire team for having me. It is a real treat that I take honor in. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for the wonderful work you guys are doing. We can only improve our society when we want to, and I think it is important that this generation stands up to what is important. um so career and personal development is a broad topic. It is a broad topic, and it requires understanding of what you are going to learn or what you're going to read. So um from my understanding, I would say career development is a tool that helps you understand what you need, what you want to do, or how you want your life to be, and what are the processes. But it is not enough for this presentation or for this program or for this seminar. I think it is only fair enough to give you a more precise and a more expertise definition from people who have written articles on career development and the importance of career development. So on the screen, if you see, you're going to see the definition of career development. You're going to see Down Mackay. He helped us define career development. It says career development is the process of self-knowledge, exploration, and decision making that shapes your career. It requires successfully navigating your occupational options to choose and train for jobs that suit your personality, skills, and interest. So Maki further explained that when someone pays careful attention to their career development, they identify their own strengths and blind spots, then work hard to improve their skills. It also involves learning about different roles and industries to find a match to their abilities, seeking out opportunities to advance, and maybe even changing careers altogether if they find a more suitable one. So, career development is a long process. It's a process. It's not an event. It is a process. It's a process of self-knowledge, exploration, things you want to do, what you have interest in, how do you want to go about it. These are some of the things that involve career development and the decisions that you make. The decisions that all of us make have a huge impact on what our careers end up to, on what we do with ourselves, our daily lives. So I think career development for any human being is really important. It is important because in that space of developing one's career, you are also preparing for your future, for your dreams, for your ambitions, and how you want to go about things. So it is important to pay attention when you are growing up to your self-development process, your knowledge, and things you want to explore. Like you may be a very good science student, and you may also have interest in sociology, or you may have interest in the STEAM or other subjects, and you can't just get stuck to being a science student just because you're good. You need to explore to see where you're going to have interest. What are some of the areas you will have interest as a young person? to help you develop and build a very successful career. So here, the next slide here, this is the definition. I think Couple has the presentation so you can also see it, and then the people who wrote these articles and explain them can also help you with the reading aspect for you to have a better understanding of the topic under discussion. So, one second, please. So here we have the bridge between personal and career development. So from Maki also explain to us the bridge between personal and career development. It says personal development means growing different areas. That will help you to be the best, or to help you be your best self. And this means learning different subjects or podcasts, like I was saying, that can help you in all areas of life. So sometimes we need work in more areas than others. And professional or career development falls under the category of personal development. So professional development means growing different areas of yourself that will help you be a better employee or better entrepreneur or better boss. So what will help you in your personal growth will certainly also carry over to your professional life. Your knowledge and skills don't necessarily change when you are working 9 to 5 versus all other hours of the day. After all, you are still you. So there is a close relations between personal and career development. What you do as a person translates to what you become as a professional or as a career person. The morals, the standards that you set, the integrity that you set follows you a very long way to becoming the best in your career, the best in whatever you want to do. So it is important when you are considering personal development to build that interest of becoming one of the best, even out of your personal space, in your workplace, in other places, in other professional settings. So it is important to critically consider how personal development affects your professional or career development process. If you train yourself to something, it's going to go with you for a long way. It's going to go with you for a long way. So it's important that when you are developing your personal skills, to also build the necessary requisites or requirements for what you want your career to be. It is important. If you train yourself to study from, let's say, 12 to 5 a.m., I remember when I was schooling, that's how long we used to study, like 12 in the morning to 5 a.m., go that long time, and then you get exhausted, but I mean, you're going to perform, and it has come a long way, even in college. It makes you want to do this because you train yourself to it. Even at the job, it makes you become a multitasker. It makes you become an above and beyond employee. That means you are always ready when you are called upon. So it's important to consider the bridge between personal and career development. So that was just the introduction, but here we have our topics and online on career development. We have We have the 5 stages of career development. We're going to talk about that. We have the factors that influence career development. We're also going to talk about the importance of career development and how career development promotes equity in the workplace. And then the takeaways. So here, the 5 stages of career development. So the first stage is the coverage from 0 to 14 years old. This is when the development of oneself begins. The child will start developing attitudes, recognizing his needs and preferences, and gain a general understanding of the world of work. So from 0 to 14 years, you have to observe yourself. Parents, you have to observe your kids. You have to observe their interests. You have to observe their attitude. You have to observe their preferences. This is the coverage age. This is when you start to develop your interest, what you want to do. This is when you decide whether you want to be on the school debate team or you want to be on the school quizzing team. Whether you want to join the spelling competition, or you want to play basketball, or you want to play kickball, or you want to play football. This is the age. And then we have the exploration age. And this is from 15 to 24. So I think most of us in here are in this range, 15 to 24. Most of us are in this range. So the first steps are taken towards career development. A teenager or young adult found his hobbies and interests. At this age, 15 to 24, we make a lot of changes. We make a lot of mistakes. We make a lot of mistakes. We get to correct those mistakes. We get to fall. We get to rise. We get to change our interests. We get to change our ambitions. And it is okay. It is okay to change what you want to do or what you have interest in. It is okay to change your ambition. It is okay. There is nothing absolutely wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing changing your habits. There is nothing wrong with changing your major in school, in college. I've done that several times. I go like, oh my God, today I have interest in neuroscience, but I also have interest in economics. And then there is this thing called neuroeconomics. Okay, but then I'm going to explore this field. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try hard and be neuroeconomist. And then when we go a long way, when I explore, and then you come back and say, oh no, I don't think being a neuroeconomist fits me. I think I want to be a data scientist. Or you look at yourself and say, I want to go to UMU, or I want to go to MIT, or Georgetown, or Harvard. And then you go and say, yeah, this school is cool, but I think I want to take transfer to AME, or I think I want to take transfer to Harvard, or I think I want to take transfer to MIT or Stanford. So it is okay to have preferences, to change, to explore at this age. And you make a lot of mistakes. I cannot even count how many mistakes I've made in exploring who I am and what I want to be. Sometimes you get involved with things that are absolutely unnecessary, but you think you're having fun because you're young, you're dumb, and you're broke. So you think you are having fun, but when you realize it, you're like, oh my God, let me take a step back. I need to take a step back because this is not me. This is not who I am. This is not what I want to be. I do not want this to get on me. I do not want this to impact my future and my career. Let me take a step back. And then you learn from those mistakes and those trials. You learn from them. So it is important. This stage to me is a critical stage because I find myself in this age range. I find myself right in here. So I think it is a very critical stage for all of us. We have to take cautions when we are making certain decisions. Sometimes the decisions that you make at this stage goes with you for a long way. This is the stage of depression. This is the stage of self-denial. This is the stage. This is a stage, like I said, for depression, for self-denial. This is where it all starts. This is where it starts. So it is important to consider all of these factors as young as we are, and we are still learning. All of us will keep making these mistakes. But as we go along, we adjust and find ways to be better people, better citizens. And then from 25 to 44 years old, things start to get more serious, and so the individuals. So from 25 upward, you start to realize that, well, I think I need to be more serious. I think I'm not getting any younger. I think I need a family. I think I need to have my degree now. Or I think I need to have this amount in my bank account. Or I think I need to achieve this in my life. Or I think I need to own a home. Or I think I need to do something very important, because you've gotten tired playing now. Even though personally for me, I'm not in this range yet, 25 to 44, but I think I'm already more serious in this age range, 15 to 24, because I think being tough on yourself is okay. It's fine. I think that is the time to work. I think that is the age to make your mistakes and work. Work while making your mistakes. I think this age, especially from the 30s to 44 years, is the time to be the slave queen you want to be, the slave king you want to be, 30 upwards. That's what I think, in my own opinion. And I think this is the age from 15 to 29 is the time to work. It's the time to really work and put yourself together for tomorrow. So here, my key says things get really serious from 25 to 44. And my key is right. This is the age most of us now start to settle down for less. This is the age where you want to marry whoever comes your way, like, let me just get married because I'm already old and I don't think I'll have this dream guy. I don't have place to stay, so let me just settle down for this thing, let me just do this, let me just do that, let me just hang up with this guy, let me just go after this girl. So no girls think I can buy a Brazilian hair, let me just go for a girl that can understand me. Stuff like that. And this is the same stage where you're like, it's too late to get a degree. Let me just get maybe some kind of certificate and just be among the people there, or let me just go buy my degree or something. This is where you have to be careful, because this is where you get to settle for less. This is where life gets more serious. And this is where when you make some decisions, it's going to affect you for the rest of your life. So do not be afraid to err. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Explore. Find your interest. And then the maintenance stage. So the first stage is the coverage. The second is the exploration stage. The third is the establishment, 25 to 24. This is where you want to be established. You want to, like I was saying, have family, settle for this guy, for this girl. And then now we come to the maintenance stage. At this point, the main concern of the individual is to keep his position and improve it. So at this point, in every individual life, you worry about what you have to eat the next day. You worry about your children's school fees. You worry about your parents. You worry about good health care. You worry about what your family will eat. If your breadwinner, this is the stage you get to worry about these things. But now, the establishment stage from 25 to 44, if you make sound decisions, you will just want to maintain your worth at 45 and 64. You just want to have fun. You just want to live your life. You just want to slay all through. I've seen 60 years old women look 30, look 35 because of the decisions and the things they did when they were 25 to 44, the establishment and their priorities. You get to be young. So because from 45 to 64 now, I know things are not late, but what do you do when you're in your 50s? Your strength starts to fail you. And once the strength starts to fail you, you do not get to do anything much. You do not get to do anything tangible anymore. You just living for the day. So if you make good decisions in your early age, once you reach 45, you're like, well, in fact, even before 45, 35 onwards, well, I don't have to work anymore. I think I'm tired. I think I'm just going to raise my kid. I think I'm just going to have one baby. I'm just going to raise this one baby that I got. Oh, my mom is still alive. I think I'm just going to make sure my mom has a good health care. I think I'm just going to make sure save enough money so that my children do not get student loan to go to college. You start to think about these things. You don't want to work in your 45 to 64. It's not bad to work, but trust me, you want to do that work right now. When you're 15 to 40, you want to do that work right now so that you can repeat the mistakes. Your kids cannot repeat the mistakes that you did. You have to be careful. And then the declining stage, 65 years old and above. This is when output is visibly reduced and productivity is lower. So once productivity is low, you can't do nothing. You're just supposed to be sitting and now enjoying your money. You're supposed to be here at this stage now, enjoying your money, enjoying your labor, enjoying good health, enjoying facilities, becoming a major stakeholder in the society, having control over decisions, standing firm, protecting your peace, living the life that you dreamt of, and promoting your sanity. So it is important to consider all of these things, and do not forget to work from 15 to 30 or 29. Give yourself that. It's never too late. Even if you 30 and above, it's still okay. But you have to put your feet down to make sure you have that future you want. It is never too late to slay. It is not. You have to consider that. You wanna work in your 20s so that when you are 50s, you can look 20 again, over and over and again. So here we come to talk about factors that influenced career development, or factors that influence career development. This is really important. I want you guys to pay a keen attention to this one. So factors that influence career development, we're talking about personal characteristics. So, and this one came from Erin. This one, factors that influence career development, came from an article Erin wrote. So Erin says, these personal characteristics play a significant role in career development, since they influence which occupations we find satisfying, as well as the types of work environments in which we will succeed. Financial obligations. So financial obligations such as mortgage, rent, student loans, credit, whatever, or even a child's college tuition may inhibit person from switching job or careers. Physical, mental, and emotional impairment. So some people are better suited to some careers than to others due to physical and mental abilities or limitations. For example, you may want to become a doctor but don't have strong academic records in the sciences. So your age or your perception of it can hinder you in your career development. You may worry about being too young or too old to pursue a particular path, advancing your career, or make career change. Instead of focusing on your age, concentrate on your abilities and how motivated you are. So family obligations as well. So a person's career development may stall if they take time off from work to take care of children or elderly parents, or side help will also help with childcare or elder care, may make it easier to continue with the career. So here we'll talk about all the factors that influence career development. Their personal characteristics. They're talking about who you are, what you have interest in, what satisfies you. What satisfies you? So you may say, well, I like calculations, I like sciences, I like the language arts, literature, and you go about it and you want to succeed and you explore it. So your personal characteristics, what suits you. It's not because you see somebody doing geology and then boom, you join them to do geology, or you see somebody doing chemistry major because the person is your friend, you join the person to do chemistry because you think all of you are supposed to be in the same school, in the same class, or having the same classes or projects. No, that's not how career development works. You have to find your own calling. You have to find your own calling. You have to be like, well, this is what I'm good at. This is what I want to do. This is what I think fits me. And I think that it's helpful, it's important, stuff like that. That's what you want to really consider, what you are good at and what do you find satisfying. So financial obligations can stop career development. This is really important. Most of us want to do big things. We want to go to good schools. We want to have good life. We want to explore other careers. But if you don't have the finances to do so, you cannot. You cannot have that dream. You cannot do the things you want to do. If you cannot have the money to pay for your tuition, it damages you mentally. In all of us, one way or the other, face these kind of situations, especially for those of us who are schooling in America or the Western world. It is tough. It is tough paying tuition out of pocket. I've been there, done that. I know what it is. I know the issues with financial obligations. I know. I'm seated within that situation. I'm on that table and I'm breaking that table leg myself. It's a tough thing. It's not easy to be so young, so determined, and then you still got to pay tuition from your pocket. For everything you want to do, you take your own change because you don't have it. Your parents do not have it. Your parents do not have it. So you get to reach out into your own pocket. You have to survive. You have to labor. And then imagine paying tuition. Some schools, they'll charge you about $3,500 for a course. So if you are paying that money out of your pocket, how much are you working for? How much? And especially when you're not qualified to get student loans or you're not qualified to do this, to do that. Yeah, you will have a, but when it comes to the tuition you're supposed to pay, you can't afford it. And then it delays your progress. It delays your goals, your future, your ambitions. And then this is where sometimes leads to exploitation and abuse to the ladies. Most times young girls find themselves in this situation, and then the only option is to go out there, get someone who you think is going to be helping you, and in reality that person is exploiting you. That person is exploiting your mental space, your peace of mind, because once the person gets to know that, oh, I'm helping this person, I'm paying attention to this person, I need this person needs me, trust me, the fact that they believe that you need them, they will do everything to drain you, exploit you. So we have to be careful. We have to be careful. And sometimes you have to put yourself in a space where, like, oh, I don't have anything to prove to anybody. Well, if I have to sell, if I have to get into entrepreneurship or some kind of business to support myself, that's fine. If I have to do this to help myself get a better future, that's fine. Because it's not okay to be exploited because you have financial issues. And most times, that is the problem with Africa. That is the problem with our society. No one wants to help you free. And then when they cannot get what they want, then they start to witch hunt you. They'll be like, oh, I give her my money, she spend my money, and then I can get what I want, and then they go after you. They go after you. So now it reduces your self-esteem to bow down for the lowest. We want to be careful with that generation. Please, especially to the girls. Be content with who you have. Work hard. Get into entrepreneurship if you can. If you cannot, find something to do to help yourself. So financial obligations is a serious one. It's a very serious one to consider. And then what the physical, the mental and emotional impairments also. This is another one. Like you have so much dream of becoming a medical doctor, but you're not a good biologist, you're not a good chemist. You don't understand all those big terms in biology and chemistry. And then it becomes a problem to your career development that you can't be a doctor because come on now, you don't understand how the digestive system works. You don't understand how the brain works or what happens to you, or you don't understand some simple things in biology and chemistry, or you want to be a lawyer. You want to be a lawyer, but you're not disciplined to read. You're not disciplined to research. You're not disciplined to say and do the unimaginable. You can't. You can't. So once you're not physically, mentally, or emotionally fit, it hinders career development as well. Or you want to be a data scientist, or you want to be a scientist also. So if you want to be a data scientist, you have to understand statistics, you have to understand math, probability, maybe regression analysis. Oh my God, that thing is, oh my Jesus Christ. That thing is brain training. You have to understand some concepts in econometrics also. I'm doing it, I know. So it's brain draining. And you can't be that if you do not understand probability. For example, you don't understand regression analysis, you don't understand data analysis, you don't know how to use some programming languages like R, Python. You're not going to succeed as a data analyst, a real data analyst. It's going to be tough. So these things hinders you from becoming who you want to be. So it's important to it's important to, 1 second, please. I think I got a message. It's important to consider these things. It's important to consider all of these things. And then your age shouldn't be a problem. And then family obligations. If you're a breadwinner for your family, you have like things to do. You have your siblings, you have your cousins, you have your mom, you have your dad, uneducated, grew up in the slums. Everybody's surviving on you. You cannot just be selfish and say, well, I don't care, I just have to pay attention to myself. Obviously, you're a human being, you want to pay attention to your family. So you also have to consider that. And then the importance of career development we have here. So here you can have read, and you're also going to have why career development is necessary and stuff like that. And so how career development promotes equity in the workplace. So to me, this is also a read from Erin, who also wrote this article. But in my mind, I think career development promotes equity when we are self-aware. Like if I know what I want to do, I'm not going to be influenced. I'm not going to be afraid by my male counterpart because he knows what he wants to do too, or the both of us are in the same field. And then I think threatening because it's a male. No, once I have the knowledge of what I want to do and who I am and what I stand for, we're going to go into it, whatever competition it is. So it promotes equity in the workplace. And then it promotes a very safe environment too, because you understand who you are, you understand your degree, you can justify what you have your degrees in or your degree in, and then you're going to go to work feeling very, very confident. I mean, you're going to build your confidence, you're going to stand up to challenges, and it's going to help you a whole lot. So here for career development, key takeaways. We understand today that career development is the process of exploration and actions that shapes a person's career path. It includes assessments of a person's skills, abilities, interests, and personality in order to find a suitable career match. A lifelong process. Career development continues throughout adulthood as they evaluate opportunities for advancement or even change careers. Many factors may influence a person's career development, including finances and family obligations. I hope you'll consider these things and really understand some of the points that I made for your for a better preparation into your various careers. So I talked about career development for a long time, and then here is personal development. So personal development is a vital part of an individual's growth and progression, allowing you to explore key areas of self-improvement you are likely to feel fulfilled in your personal life, and it could even benefit you from a professional perspective. I think I said that. I mentioned that previously. So you are being fulfilled, you are who you are, you're not bowing down to mediocrity, you're not into bringing others down to get yourself up there. You are pushing yourself, you are preparing yourself for the future, you are allowing yourself to suffer because you want a better tomorrow. So when you are personally developing yourself, you also develop your mind, your mental space, your peace of mind. There are a lot of things that I personally used to take offense in when it is done to me. I do not anymore, because I think I've reached a point where I understand what it means to be personally developed and how to react to situations. So when you are developing yourself and you want to feel fulfilled, you should have control over your own life and what your life looks like. Like, this is my life. I need to have control over it. I am not going to allow this person's definition of who I am to impact what I am not. I'm not going to allow this person to determine what I will be or what my future will be. You have to break that chain. You have to break that chain. Especially for us first generation college students who are in here is first generation college students. Who is a first generation college student? Like, are you the first to go to college in your family? That's what I mean.
Hellen, most of them are actually, they're still in high school. So this program is specifically for high school students.
Yeah, I know, but if you're in high school and then no one in your family, I was in high school and I knew that I was going to be the first in my family to go to college. I knew that because I knew I was not going to stop, because in my family, I'm the first person to even go to college classroom. But we do not have a first generation college students in here or prospective college students. But some people in Liberia are like first generation high school students. The whole family go to high school. It is happening. So you have to be really careful about your personal. You have to be very jealous of it. You have to be jealous and protect your mental space and who you are, who you want to be. You have to be able to protect that, and that leads to what your career will be. You have to be self-disciplined. You have to train yourself to make positive impacts on yourself, your community. So once that happens, like, well, I don't care what it is. People say, this is not me. I'm going to advance myself. I'm going to push forward. It is going to help you a whole lot. You want to consider personal development. You're in high school now. It is important right now that so that you can be able to when you're in college, so that you can allow people's perception about your life get in the way. My friend is all the time, she's like, Helen, why you don't respond to things on social media when people say that about you? Why you don't like to comment when they are offensive? Why do you let things slide?
Hello. I think she stepped away. Something is probably going on with her internet. So, but she's about to be done here, and you guys are going to take a 5 minutes break. Just get up and walk around. And then our next speaker is going to be Miss Tracy Williams, and she is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is a state in the United States. So hang in there. When Helen gets back, she'll conclude, and then we'll go on to the next training. Okay? Raise your hand if you can hear me. Hey, okay, very good, very good. Because you guys are very quiet. All right, so yeah, so once she gets back, she'll conclude, and then we'll go on for a break and come back for the next training. Thank you, guys. Let me call her and see what's going on. Yes, looks like she'll be joining shortly. But so far, what are you guys on? Let me know if you can unmute them so I can hear some sound, please. What do you guys, what do you think about the training she's given you, the presentation? Any thoughts? You guys can walk up to the computer here and the camera and share your thoughts. All right, I see somebody from the St. Andrew Lutheran School about to represent her institution. I appreciate that, thank you. Lemio, please give her the space. You're still on mute, Lemio. Lemio, you're still on mute. You gotta unmute yourself. All right, go ahead, let her stand in front of the camera. Oh, so the girl going to the bathroom? Where is she? She can't reach? What can I get hands up? But you can go ahead, sir, and you can say whatever you're going to say. What do you think about the training so far? What's my question? What have you learned so far?
Well, the training is educative and how the speaker is presenting work. And what I learned from the top message was that as a person coming up, you need to build your career from your youthful age up to your adult age. You shouldn't wait till time is like don't wait for loneliness. So you gotta wait for it from your youthful age to your adult age.
All right, sorry about that, guys. So I was on the phone with Helen, and she's trying to get back on just to give her final words before we take a break. So yes, I do agree with what you said. I kind of heard some of the things you said, talking about it's an ongoing process, right? It starts from your youth all the way up to adulthood. So absolutely. Now, the guy with the glasses and the blue shirt, you seem very smart and you've been smiling all day. I want to hear from you. Go ahead.
But I don't mind on the presentation of this now.
Your name and your school first. You got to say your name and your school.
I am student second Carino Store from the Momoh College. What I do learn from the presentation of Ms. Hellen as Momoh is that as a youth coming up, when you reach at the stage of as a between 12, 13 to 14, there's a time you have to examine yourself, ask yourself some questions. What are your skills, your interests, your talents? And between the age 15 to 25, this is the time that after you have examined yourself, you try to you try to like write on the result. You know, working on the result, like for example, if I examine myself, I know my strength is math. Then I ask myself, do I'm good at math? So do I qualify to go in engineering field? After I ask this question, then it's possible that my will be when I do small, you can why I do is that I made research from other people, get some ideas, and then I try to work with it. At the end of 25%, it is a time that you have to maintain the result. Getting from the assessment stage, the exploration stage. It is time to maintain the result. If you don't maintain the result, at the age of 45 to 60, you will be like, I think happen. And at the age of 45 to 60, we all know that if you don't make anything, zero to 25 to 10, 40 to 60 years, you don't make it. You just do a lot of better. And at the end, you end up learning someone that will reach you. So this one.
Awesome, thank you. And we do have Ms. Hellen Momoh, the CEO of Books Before Boys.
Yeah, sorry, the connection.
Go ahead.
And I was on the last slides anyway, so I think we're done. And I just hope you consider everything that was said, and I will take questions. 5 minutes, please.
Questions. So it can be personal, it can be related to the training, it can be about professional, or maybe even about her organization. I guess that's also personal. But you guys can go ahead, 5 minutes, and then you're going to take a break. We're running a little late, so please step up. If you don't have questions, I'll pick people to have questions. I like to pick first.
Question.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
What are some of the challenges in the world development?
Prince, did you hear what he said? What did he say?
Say that one more time. You said what are some of the what in career development?
Challenges.
What are some of the challenges in career development, right? I talked about financial obligations, family obligations, mental, emotional, physical impairments. These are some of the huge challenges to consider. When you are financially challenged, you don't get to go to your desired school. If you can't pay the tuition and you don't have the money, if you are physically, mentally challenged and you're not good at, like the example I gave with biology, you can't, or chemistry, you obviously cannot go to medical school. You're not the sciences, you can't go to medical school. If you have family obligations, maybe you have a child to support or your parents to support, it also starts career development. Next question, please. Sure.
Question actually goes to the setting of Africa. You see, in Africa, parents or guardians often try to change the dream of their child. Like for example, you have a child wants to become a musician. A child wants to become a musician. He or she is good at singing. Because in school, the child is also good in biology. But the child told you that, oh, mommy or daddy, I have a dream of becoming a musician. But because of the setting, they say that, oh, musician don't live long, musician take time, so don't be a musician. But you have passion for music. And also you are good in biology. So in that instance, what do you think would be the best way to alleviate such problem?
Well, before you answer,
so
one second before you answer. That's a great question, and thank you, sir, for asking. But go ahead, Hellen.
So that is when personal characteristics come in. That's why when I was explaining, I said when you have to explore and have interest in what you have interest in before you advance to your career. So it deals with personal characteristics, right? If you want to be a musician and you have this talent, you are a poetic writer, you drive the crowd, you go for it. Yeah, you can be good in biology, but it depends on your interest. You have to do something you feel satisfying, you feel fulfilling. It's about yourself, and that leads to personal development. You have to do it and feel fulfilled and feel like, yeah, I mean, when I get this done, I'm going to feel really fulfilled. So once you feel fulfilled being a musician, you go for it because that is your whole life. If your family push you to be a medical doctor and you have to explain to them that, well, I know I'm a good biologist, I'm a good chemist, but I can't, or I don't want to be a medical doctor. If I do this, my entire life will be ruined for a very long time. So I cannot go into this because this is what my family wants. You have to follow your passion. You have to explore and find your talents. So that falls under personal characteristics. Thank you.